I'm joined today by Gary Opedal, Director of Economic Development for the City of Albuquerque. Welcome, Gary.
It's good to be with you.
And Art Project Manager Dana Crawford. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So first, we've heard from people who are concerned about whether the federal money will come in for the project. President Obama put it in his budget. President Trump didn't. But Congress still needs to approve the budget, and so this is far from over. But Gary, are you concerned right now?
I'm not concerned. I'll let Dana handle this question because she lives and breathes it.
Okay.
Indeed.
He's punting to you.
Oh, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. I deal with this every day. And, I think the important thing, and I'm glad you asked because it is a common question. The important thing to remember is that we are in the Obama budget, the 2017, and that really hasn't changed. It had nothing. We're still in the same place we are today. That
Hasn't
we
been
are
approved
6
yet, though, right?
Well, it goes through Congress. You're
Yeah.
exactly right, and we're looking toward perhaps the end of April as their next opportunity to go ahead and vote and actually start getting some congressional work done. We have tremendous support from our congressional delegation, and they fully believe that it's going to move forward. As the FTA, I just met with them last week, and they were
Federal Transit Administration.
Yes, I'm sorry, thank you. They were very supportive, and even so much so that they said, if for some reason it didn't pan out, there are other opportunities. There are other grants, there are other things that we can help you get if for some reason that didn't pan out. But they were in no way suggesting that we were not going to get the money.
So what is the backup plan?
Well, that would be
Okay.
working with the FTA to come up with the various grants and so forth that are out there that we didn't take advantage of. We took advantage of the Small Starts Grant application.
Gary, has the city considered anything like shortening the route or making changes
Well, I don't.
to save money so it's not quite as expensive?
Sure. I mean, what Dana's describing is, plan A, B, C, D, E. We're not close to that yet.
Okay.
There's so many things. This has been our Mid-Region Council of Governments goal since 2005, basically. And so we were just waiting to see how it would be funded. There's many streams of funding. We were very fortunate to get the Fast Starts grant from the White House. But, and then they've never started one of those projects and then pulled the money. So
Well,
we're
there's
not
a lot of things that have never happened before. We're in strange times.
Again, it's Obama's budget. I mean, as we look forward to
Yeah, but the
President
Republicans are
Trump.
controlling the Senate and
Sure,
House
sure.
and may not be amenable to
Well,
his
but everybody
budget
agrees that our
priorities.
infrastructure in our nation is crumbling, and we desperately need that kickstart all over the country, not just here. And I agree, to say it's never happened, it hasn't. Every project that's gotten into the budget has succeeded because it is so critical to communities, and we are so far along, and the FTA is excited about it primarily, well, because we're moving along, but we're center running, and we are on track to get a gold standard. So to be the first in the nation.
Now, could a delay in funding impact when the project gets done?
No, I don't believe so, because the city has resources to be able to basically pay the bills until we are able to get our funding, just much like every other grant in the city is taken care of.
There's been a lot of concern expressed by some business owners that art construction will drive them out of business. There was recently a water line burst that shut down some restaurants and businesses on a Saturday afternoon. So what steps are your teams taking to make sure issues like this don't happen in the future, either of you?
Yeah, we're on the ball. We're out there. Our supervisors are out there, from Bradbury Stam, who is a great partner, to HDR, who also has oversight as well. And that day that the one you're referring to, somebody had the wherewithal to call Paul Davis Restorative, and so got on the ball, and those businesses should be open. Actually, all of them are open except the Draft House, I believe, and 35 North should be, Draft House should be open here any day, and then 35 North is a little bit more involved. But some things you just don't know what's going to happen. It's construction, but we are working alongside. We've got so many programs. The FTA is like, wow, you were like, the poster child for business support. I mean, we have created programs here that have not been done in the country otherwise. And yes, it's hard, and we desperately want to support as many of our business, all of our business, not just, and I visit businesses daily, and I know Gary does too. How can we help? We've got billboards, we've got events, we've got an event tonight. We had coffee with a contractor today. We encourage everyone, and I know Gary does too, that go eat on Central at least once a week. Do some shopping, go get that birthday gift you need. This is a barn raising opportunity for our community, and we really need to step up and help them.
Gary, the city announced there would be funds to help small businesses businesses along the route during construction? Are those being distributed?
They are. Now, I think you're probably referring to the Central Loan Fund, which is a special part of our overall supports. But the navigators have been out there since last summer, really building trust and then helping people with everything from cash flow to marketing to looking at the variable costs and preparing for the construction. We've got the abq66.com and all the ways to help with marketing that we've been doing, including the Art Beat on the Street and all those kinds of things. The tailored financial assistance piece includes many things, from alternative loan funding from our partners West and Accion and Loan Fund, et cetera, SBA, commercial lending. But what you're probably referring to is the Central Loan Fund.
Those haven't come through yet.
The money's there. We're going through the last bit of documents. What the mayor said is like, look, he's a businessman, I'm a businessman. We know how hard this is for businesses during construction. There are many cities who just say, well, tough, it's a public right-of-way, we're not going to help you. We were determined and are determined to help our businesses in many ways. So we're paying for the navigators, we're doing all these things. The Central Loan Fund will be a really cool deal, first of its kind in the country, where we will be giving out loans to businesses along Central that are under $2 million in revenue, locally owned, front door facing Central. And if they keep working with our navigators through this, then at the end of the day, and they stay on Central and they stay open, then the principal can be guaranteed and they will not have to pay that back. And that's a first of its kind thing. And so when you're doing first of your kind things, it's sometimes all the lawyers have to be happy, and that's the right thing to do. And we could have rushed this out, but Mayor said we got to do things right. We got to do things the right way. And so we're dotting the I's, crossing the T's. We had a very significant city council vote last Monday night, which cleared the way for the whole thing to happen. Now all we have to do is get those last little agreements in place, and we'll get some loans out there in the next 10 days.
Well, I know at least one company, Winning Coffee, which has been in Nob Hill for a long time, they're holding a crowdfunding campaign
Yes.
to stay in business. It doesn't look good for the city to have businesses saying, we're on the edge financially. We need help. How else is the city responding
Sure.
to help?
Can I throw one thing in
Yeah,
there?
sure.
As businesses every year on Central, you can see a turnover of like 100, better than 170. It's not that we want to see that happen ever this year or any other, but it's a natural part of the business climate. We had our coffee with a contractor this morning over at the Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins, and yes, I might have had some ice cream for breakfast.
And
but
donuts.
he was, and
So
he-
that's where people can come and talk to the contractor? and
yes,
ask
once a month.
questions?
We have that on this is the second Thursday of the month.
Did you have a good turnout?
We had a few. Some weeks, some sessions are better than others. It just kind of depends. But I was talking to the business owner. He invested and put an $80,000 refrigerator in there, or freezer refrigerator. And he said his business is down about 10%. But he also mentioned to me that Dunkin' Donuts around the city are also down 10%. He says, is that a function just of the economy in general, or is everybody on a diet? I don't know. I thought it was kind of
Possibly.
funny. Possibly.
Well, I mean, some longtime businesses, though, have closed.
Sure.
They've been there a long, long time.
Sure.
Like Hey Johnny and...
Well, you know what? I was actually in his store the day they were actually doing their clearance sale, and I was just doing a little browsing, and he told somebody in the store, he didn't know who I was. I was just kind of doing my, I'm always looking for a deal. He said, somebody asked him, are you closing because of art? And he said, no, this has been planned for a long time. The economy is changing. People are shopping a lot on the internet, and they just kind of want different things, and we were just ready to make a change. So I think if you ask him, I don't think he'd say it's because of art. I really don't.
Gary, some city councilors and residents who oppose art are continuing to try to halt the final execution of the project. Can you address their concerns?
Here's the thing. To me, I'm so excited about this project. The mayor is taking a leadership, doing this in his last year where he's not going to get the benefit, but just the downside of it, I think shows incredible leadership, because we now have the chance to finally get that urban corridor that our millennials, our baby boomers, and our remote workers, which is the fastest growing segment of society, want. They want a walkable, bikeable, good transit, higher mixed use, higher density urban corridor. That's what
These are people
want.
who could, like Mark Lautman talks about, who could choose to live anywhere
They could
because
choose
their
to live-
work is
That's right.
remote.
That's
Okay.
right. And our millennials, who we complain about losing, are looking for that kind of a thing. You know that the latest stats are that you know in my generation, 97% of us between 16 and 40 had our driver's license. Now that's down to 77%. If we're looking at trends, we know this is the right thing to do. And we get to leapfrog our competitive cities like Austin and Tucson and Denver, who had to do light rail. We, for the first time in the North American history, we have a 60-foot articulated vehicle that recharges in 3 hours. So we get light rail for 20% of the cost and disruption. This is really a good thing for the city, especially when you consider the $2.8 billion of transit-oriented development and economic development that's going to happen along the line, according to 2 different studies. And that's a big deal. This is going to be a catalyst for our whole community.
How will the city measure the success of art after it's completed?
We are measuring it on
Now,
time right
yeah.
now. Every Monday,
Okay.
Susie out of planning says, here's how many permits, here's how many new dollars. We've had over 100 million just in permits, 221 permits, $100 million in value just along 5/8 mile, half mile each side of Central since we started the project. And that's not including some of the things like the Highlands, which is right across from Presbyterian, a $100 million project, which is starting, and they
Just a
literally
residential, retail, mixed
residential,
use.
retail, mixed use, gymnasiums, hotel, restaurant, food hall, that is literally because of ART. And so those are the kinds of things that we are already measuring, and we'll be measuring from a people standpoint, from a neighborhood standpoint, and from a business standpoint. We've got a baseline, and we're measuring all along the way, because it's not just the businesses, that's the kind of the emphasis, but it's also the people and the neighborhoods. What we're trying to do is a revitalization project without any displacement at all. Keep everybody there and invite the higher density, invite new people in to assimilate to the already good culture there.
We have to wrap up, but Dana, just briefly, what can you tell people who are running daily they're late for their appointments, or
It's tough.
you know,
It's
they can't get
construction.
to places they want to
But
go?
it's short-lived.
Okay.
We're about 25% complete. We've got over 435 construction workers out there who live here or work in there, took us off every day. I think they're ahead of schedule. And we look to have this done this fall. And we're going to have some of this in operation this fall. So I would say just, you know, it's like remodeling your kitchen. It is hell. And you don't ever know if you're going to get to use the refrigerator, the dishwasher, or the oven, or none, or you're eating out. But you know, at the end, it's going to be okay. It's going to be super cool. So I just keep the faith. It's going to be great. And I hope they've gone out and just kind of toured it on a Sunday morning just to see what's out there already.
Well, Dana Crawford, Gary Opedal, thank you for coming and talking about this today.
Always
Absolutely,
good to
my
be with
pleasure.
you, Megan.